Hello, everyone. We are going to give you a quick demonstration of Make, a powerful automation platform that connects your favorite tools and lets you streamline tasks using artificial intelligence. Whether it's updating Google Sheets, modifying slides, sending emails, or running AI-powered searches with tools like Perplexity or ChatGPT, Make makes it easy to automate these processes. It also integrates with platforms like HubSpot and Salesforce, enabling you to build smart, efficient workflows with minimal effort. Let's dive in and see how it works.
Today, we're going to look at a use case that lets you create blog articles and LinkedIn posts automatically. So I'm going to show you that. So here in Google Sheets, each time I get the responses from my automation, which gives me an article title, a meta description, a meta title, the structure of the article as well. And then it generates the blog article and the corresponding LinkedIn post. I'll show you that to go back to Make and automation tools, there are also Nathan and Zapier. I use Make. I find it's the easiest and most comprehensive to use. Zapier is less comprehensive, but easier to use. And Nathan is even more comprehensive than Make in some areas, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence. But it's much more complicated to get the hang of. Personally, I think the best balance and what I recommend for getting started, to start directly with Make. Here is the automation we're going to look at today. So as you can see, these different modules are connected to each other. I'm going to show you these modules. Here are all the different modules we have for this automation. These connected modules allow us to create a blog article and a LinkedIn post optimized for SEO. So when we look at this automation, what we can see is that there are different modules. We can see that there's Perplexity. Here we have the ChatGPT logo, so that's OpenAI. And here we have Anthropic, so there are models like Claude, for example. I use different models because each one has its own specialty. And when you know them well, it allows you to make the right decisions about which model to use at which moment. If I take Perplexity right here at the beginning, I'll explain the whole scenario to you and what happens at each stage by simply running the scenario. The idea with the first module is to conduct research on the internet. So this is an automation that is triggered every Tuesday at 9 o'clock New York time. So every Tuesday at 9 o'clock New York time, the automation will start in this way, just as I showed, and we'll go through all these steps before saving the information in Google Sheets right here. To give you more details about what happens in these intermediate steps, the first step is for the artificial intelligence to look at the 5 news items of the week. So it will do an internet search using the Perplexity artificial intelligence to retrieve 5 news stories that happened this week in the CX field. If I click here, I can see that there is an input and an output. Every automation, whatever it may be, always has an input and a response that is given to us. If we look at the input here, what I specifically asked it is, I told it, your task is to find 5 news stories in subject, just as you are instructed. And subject, as I define it here, is news about CXM, CXAI, and digital, and CX total experience strategy. So it will look for news from the past 7 days related to that. And then by following these different steps to give me an answer, it will provide me with 5 news stories each time, including the title, the date, the source, and a summary. Once I have these 5 news stories, I will write an article myself, but only about one of these stories. So I will make a selection. And for this selection, typically what I asked the artificial intelligence to do is to choose one of the 5 news stories that were provided by the previous module. So here you can actually see the response from the previous module. So you can see the results here. So here it apparently managed to find only 1 news item out of 5 for us. Next, I explained to it how it should go about finding a relevant news item. What is very important when using artificial intelligence is to always be as precise as possible about what you are asking. You can just ask it to select the most relevant news item. Each time you need to explain what makes a news item relevant, how to judge it, and how the artificial intelligence should make its selection among the 5. Otherwise, it will be very subjective. And the more precise you are about how to select the right news item among the 5, the more accurate the selection will be and the better it will match your choices. Once the news item has been selected, what we'll do is conduct in-depth research on the topic. What I'm asking now is to go into detail on this topic and provide a comprehensive report. This is very important because when writing a blog post, we want to provide tangible elements to bring something concrete. And this part will really allow us to achieve a very good result and to have a blog post that truly contains data and research that has been done beforehand, just as a writer would have done. Once we've received the response from the artificial intelligence, what we'll do here is recreate the structure of the article. Once again, if we asked the AI to immediately write LinkedIn post or blog article without giving it the structure we want, without providing the keywords to use, we wouldn't get something of high quality. So here, what I'm asking in this step is to define the keywords, define the meta title, define the meta description, the article title here, and the structure of the article. Once we have all these elements, these modules will simply retrieve a part of the response that's here. That's done with the regex. And as I mentioned, it allows us to extract a part of the response. If we look here in the content, we have CXM content breakdown. Then we have article title and article title. And actually in this module, I'm going to ask it to extract what's between article title and article title like that, which is closed. This will then allow me later on in the Google Sheet to specifically place the article title. It's the same for the meta description, the meta title, the article structure, and the article brief. If I look at my Google Sheets right here, I do have the elements, article brief, and article title. And if we look, for example, in the article brief, I always ask it to define the main keyword, the secondary keywords, etc. These are things that are very important for SEO. And that's once again why we can't just ask an artificial intelligence to write the article directly. It doesn't have enough information. It needs to know which keywords to use, to have a defined article structure, and also to have information about the topic. That's why here we were doing in-depth research on the subject. Once we've gathered all of this information, it's only now that I'm going to ask the artificial intelligence to write the article. Here, if we look at its response, we have an article that's properly formatted in Markdown with H2 headings, different paragraphs, bullet lists, as we can see here. When there are 2 asterisks like this, it means the text is bold. So here we have a perfect article, and that's because the prompt is good. And in the prompt, we specify that we want to write an article in English, 2,000 to 2,500 words, optimized for SEO. And we also specify the structure we want here. The structure, as a reminder, was provided by this module right here. Then what we do is also provide some information. So if I grab the content here, there we go. I also provide other instructions. On top of that, there's the markup schema, the rich media. All of that, once again, comes from the answers we gathered earlier, right here. Once it has all this information, it can write an article that is high quality since it has all the details about the writing style and so on. Here, I also provide information about Frank to tell it that it should write as if it were Frank by giving it details about Frank. In artificial intelligence, generally speaking, you have to remember that the more complete the context is, the more information you provide in the input, the better the output will be. Once that's done, I asked to reformat the article because I want it to be written in HTML, which is a format that's good for WordPress. Once that's done, I ask to write the LinkedIn post. Here, it's the same for the LinkedIn post. I give it the article, and from there, I don't just tell it to write a LinkedIn post. I also give it some tips on how Frank writes, notably by providing examples of posts that Frank has already written. And that's what makes it possible to have a LinkedIn post at the end that's really written in Frank's style with, for example, a link to the article included here. You can see the article we just wrote, which has been properly. And so now we have the last module. So we're going to send the information to Google Sheets. We could very well add another module and, for example, send this directly to WordPress or even publish it directly on LinkedIn. There you go. You can really do many other things. There are more than 10,000 tools connected to Make. Here, you've discovered one of them, but the list is truly enormous. And with artificial intelligence, modules like Perplexity and ChatGPT, it really allows for a lot of flexibility. And when you understand these different tools, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Here you can see that I used different artificial intelligence models. I use Perplexity because it's much more relevant for the research part. ChatGPT has fairly low costs per API, so it's useful for selecting the news. And when I move on to the writing stage, I use Claude, which has a much better writing style than the other artificial intelligences and is really good at mimicking a particular writing style.